Well, Mark caught up with NewME founder and CEO Angela Benton. Her own success story shows what investors could be missing out on by not collaborating with minority entrepreneurs. Mark began by asking about the inspiration behind her groundbreaking startup accelerator program.
San Francisco it's supposed to be, the innovation capital of the world, but it's monolithic in terms of who's represented. And so it always makes me question, how innovative is it really? There aren't a lot of, African Americans, Latino, or even women in the technology space. And I'd seen that throughout all the time that I had been working on Black Web 2.0. And so it just seemed like, wow, if we were able to pull off this 12-week accelerator, first off, no one has ever done that, which was kind of weird. Wow, this doesn't exist already. So that was kind of a sign yeah, okay, we're going to keep doing this. And then we got a lot of interest from folks out here. So a lot of the people and the companies that sponsored and supported us initially, they loved the idea. They were like, yeah, we're on board. And then we got a lot of support from just the community in general.
A lot of accelerators and incubators in Silicon Valley. How does NewME differ?
We are really the catalyst for entrepreneurs who are overlooked or kind of counted out. We're kind of the catalyst for their success. So we are not necessarily looking for high-tech startups, but we're looking for companies that are great ideas. They might be tech startups. They might even be from an entrepreneur that's in Milwaukee. We have someone here from Milwaukee, and maybe he has an idea or she has an idea and isn't really thinking of it as a tech company, but we're kind of teaching them, oh, this can be a technology-enabled business.
So just about every single company today in some way is going to have to involve tech.
For sure. That's why we're needed. I mean, if you think about it, I won't get on my soapbox about kind of learning how to code. I think that's something that's important, but in order to really be a part of kind of the amount of wealth that's being created in the technology industry, you have to be an entrepreneur. Some of that involves being technical, but it's not mutually exclusive.
Any big success stories from NewME?
We've helped companies directly raise a little over $20 million of funding on their own. And those are mainly from companies that are in our immediate network. Now that we have this platform and we're training entrepreneurs around the country, we've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs. So it's not just about raising funding really for us anymore. How we measure impact is also how many entrepreneurs we're reaching, touching, helping.
If Silicon Valley and technology companies don't include minorities, what are they missing out on?
I think one of the biggest things that tech companies are missing out on by not being more aggressive in terms of how they recruit or how they fund is the opportunity that exists in terms of innovation. So when you have folks that come from different backgrounds, have different ideas, that breeds innovation.
A lot of missed opportunities for investors too, because they're different markets.
There are a ton of different business opportunities. There's a whole market that I don't think many investors are aware of, at all. And those markets are particularly relate to experiences that minorities have.
If there's one thing you want those attending the program to take away, what would that be?
The biggest thing I hope that they get out of it is defining what success means for them versus what success means for the industry. And so most folks, if they read, the tech press or even watch the news, they're hearing about Instagram, Facebook, and those are really unicorns, right? And so if I can help them really define, hey, maybe I don't need to sell, my company for $1 billion. I mean, it would be nice, but if I made $1 million this year on my business, would I think that I'm unsuccessful? Most folks in the world would say no. That would still be successful for them. You know what I mean? So, I think it's a success is an individual thing versus something that's external.